Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And before you relax, I need you to hear this carefully. Because if you've ever felt confused by a woman's behavior, if you've ever questioned your instincts, if you've ever wondered why her actions don't match her words, this is the moment everything starts to make sense. There are feelings she will never admit, not because they aren't real, but because they are too real. And that silence? It's not empty, it's calculated. It's emotional self-protection. Before we go deeper, make sure you subscribe and like this video, because what you're about to understand will change the way you see attraction forever. Now listen closely. When a woman is hiding her feelings for you, she doesn't become distant in the way you expect. She doesn't simply walk away. Instead, she creates confusion. She becomes unpredictable. One moment she's warm, almost inviting. The next, she's cold, detached, like you imagined everything. And this is where most men make a mistake. They assume inconsistency means disinterest. It doesn't. In many cases, inconsistency is emotional conflict. It's the tension between what she feels and what she allows herself to show. You see, a woman who feels nothing is simple to read. She's neutral, indifferent, easy to categorize. But a woman who feels too much becomes complicated. She hesitates before replying, not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much about saying the wrong thing. She avoids certain conversations, not because she's uninterested, but because she's afraid of revealing more than she should. And here's the part most men never realize. When her feelings grow, her control tightens. She starts managing how often she sees you. She becomes aware of her tone, her reactions, even her body language. She builds emotional walls in real time, right in front of you, while still hoping you don't walk away. That contradiction? That's your signal. Because hiding feelings is exhausting. It leaks through behavior, through small cracks she can't fully control. And if you know where to look, you'll start seeing patterns. Subtle ones, powerful ones, undeniable ones. The truth is, she won't tell you how she feels, but she will show you. In ways she hopes you don't fully understand. And once you do, you'll never misread her silence again. Now, let's talk about the first subtle sign that most men completely miss. And it's something so small that you might have dismissed it as coincidence, but it's not. When a woman is hiding her feelings, she will monitor you in ways that feel almost invisible. She doesn't openly ask, she doesn't confront, but she watches. She notices the way your eyes linger on certain things, the way you react to jokes, the way your moods shift. And here's the key. She remembers every detail. Not because she's nosy, but because she's trying to protect herself from being too vulnerable. You'll catch it in fleeting moments. A glance that lasts slightly too long. A question that seems casual but carries weight. She asks not out of curiosity, but to measure you, to understand if you're safe enough to trust with her unspoken truths. Most men misread this. They think she's interested, flirty, or even playing games. And in some ways, she is playing a game. But the rules are her emotional safety. Every step, every word, every laugh is carefully measured. She's not reckless with her heart. She's strategic. Here's where it gets complicated. Because the same behavior that draws you in also pushes you away. She'll reach out, then retreat. She'll smile, then suddenly go quiet. She'll appear completely present one moment, then emotionally distant the next. It's exhausting to watch, but this is the nature of hidden feelings. They create tension. They create desire. They create curiosity. And you might feel a mix of frustration and fascination. That's exactly what she's aware of. She knows that every small act of withholding, every measured gesture, affects your perception of her. And she uses it, not to manipulate maliciously, but because her heart is conflicted, and she doesn't want to make herself too vulnerable. Men who understand this stop chasing her signals blindly. They begin to observe. They notice patterns. They see that her distance isn't disinterest. It's a reflection of what she's feeling inside but cannot say out loud. And here's a truth most men never grasp. When a woman hides her feelings, the intensity of what she feels is often far stronger than what she shows. The quieter she is, the louder her emotions actually are, buried beneath caution, fear, and the unspoken hope that someone will notice without her saying a word. If you can learn to read that silence, to interpret those tiny, fleeting moments, you unlock a side of attraction almost no one else sees. Another signal that's easy to miss, but impossible to ignore once you understand it, is how she reacts when you talk about other women, even casually. If she's hiding feelings, her attention sharpens in ways that are almost instinctive. Her eyes flicker, her tone shifts, her body language tightens. Small things you might overlook, but they reveal a storm she's working hard to contain. This isn't jealousy in the immature sense, it's an emotional radar. She's gauging whether you're emotionally available, whether your attention can be claimed, or if she should retreat before she exposes too much. Her mind races while she forces herself to appear casual, to laugh it off, to mask the quickened heartbeat that you can't see. Here's what many men fail to grasp. Hiding feelings is about control, not disinterest. When a woman shows subtle signs of concern over your attention elsewhere, it's proof she's already invested emotionally, even if she won't admit it. She's testing boundaries, not manipulating you. She's protecting herself while trying not to lose you. And the way she does it is almost imperceptible. A slight change in posture when you mention someone else, a shift in conversation to steer back to you, or a quiet, lingering question disguised as casual curiosity. These aren't random acts. They are windows into her hidden emotions. The paradox is that she wants to engage without exposing herself. She craves closeness yet fears vulnerability. So she carefully measures how far she allows herself to lean in, all while watching for signs that you might pull away. Every smile, every laugh, every subtle touch is calculated, not coldly, but cautiously. Most men misinterpret this. They see hesitation, they see distance, and they conclude she isn't interested. But the truth is often the exact opposite. The more she hides, the more she cares. The restraint, the caution, the strategic silence. It's all proof of feelings too deep to express openly. When you begin to notice these cues, the quickened pulse behind her calm, the fleeting moments of anxiety, the micro-expressions she can't fully suppress, you gain a level of insight that most men never reach. You start to understand the invisible language of her heart, the signals she hopes you'll notice without her ever speaking a word. And once you can read that language, everything changes. You stop guessing, stop doubting, and start seeing her true emotional landscape, a landscape she's desperate to keep hidden, yet can't completely conceal. Her silence isn't absence, it's a message. And if you're paying attention, it's a message screaming her truth beneath the surface. One of the most powerful signs that a woman is hiding her feelings is how she reacts when you pull away, or even threaten to. Most men panic when a woman seems distant, assuming it's the end. But when a woman secretly cares, her distance is never accidental. It's a test. A silent experiment to see how much you notice, how much you value her, and whether your attention is genuine. You'll see it in her actions. She becomes slightly quieter in conversation. She may not initiate contact as much, or she might let messages sit longer than usual. On the surface, it feels like disinterest. But underneath, she's feeling every moment, tracking every response, every reaction from you. Every ounce of attention you give, or don't give, becomes a reflection of your true feelings. And here's the subtle brilliance of it. She doesn't tell you she's upset. She doesn't argue. She doesn't confront. She watches. She waits. And she calculates. Because admitting her feelings too early would make her vulnerable, and vulnerability is dangerous when your heart is involved. This is where many men fail. They react impulsively, with frustration or overcompensation, and push her further away without even realizing it. The truth is, her hidden feelings are fragile, delicate, and highly sensitive to the energy you project. If you respond with calm confidence, understanding, and presence, you don't just survive her test, you strengthen her trust without a single word from her. You might notice small, almost invisible signals. She reaches out subtly, mirrors your tone, or finds excuses to be around you without acknowledging it openly. She's balancing desire with caution, attraction with self-protection, and curiosity with fear. Every micro-action is a thread of communication she can't yet say aloud. And the most important thing to understand is this. When a woman hides her feelings, she isn't playing games to manipulate you. She's negotiating her heart with the reality of risk of rejection, risk of emotional exposure, risk of being seen too fully before she's ready. If you can recognize the pattern, if you can meet her subtle signals with patience and awareness, you enter a rare space where she slowly begins to let down the walls. Not because she has to, but because she trusts that you can handle her truth without fear, without judgment, and without pushing her further into hiding. Her hidden feelings are not absence, they're hesitation, fear, and longing, all wrapped into one intricate emotional code. And decoding it is the key to understanding her completely. Another undeniable sign that a woman is hiding her feelings shows up in the way she communicates, especially when she's not communicating. The silences, the pauses, the moments where she seems distracted or lost in thought, they're not random. They're windows into an internal struggle, a private dialogue between her emotions and her mind. When she's hiding feelings, she often chooses her words carefully, almost too carefully. She laughs at your jokes, but there's a hesitation, a micro-gesture that betrays the intensity she's suppressing. She asks questions that seem casual but carry emotional weight, testing your values, your intentions, your attentiveness, all without ever revealing her heart directly. Notice how she reacts to compliments. If she's hiding feelings, she may deflect, laugh nervously, or change the subject. She's protecting herself from the vulnerability that comes with acknowledgement. Every compliment, every moment of praise is a potential crack in the wall she's built, and she's terrified of showing too much. And here's the part most men overlook. She remembers details. The things you said weeks ago, the stories you shared casually, even the smallest preferences. These aren't just memories, they're emotional bookmarks. She's silently building a map of your personality, your values, and your heart, without telling you she's paying attention. She may also test your consistency. If she hides feelings, she watches how you respond under pressure, how you treat others, and how dependable you are. Every interaction is a silent litmus test. She's learning whether she can safely allow herself to be vulnerable, and every slip, every reassurance, every tone you take matters more than you realize. The key is subtlety. She won't hand her heart to you openly. She'll drip small signals, quiet gestures, lingering glances, and moments that feel almost accidental, but they're not. These micro-behaviors are the language of her hidden emotions. If you learn to read them, you see the truth behind her careful exterior. Most men never notice this. They focus on words instead of the invisible cues that reveal what's really happening beneath the surface. And that's why they misread her, get frustrated, or give up too soon. Understanding this gives you an edge. You learn patience, you learn observation, and most importantly, you learn that when a woman hides her feelings, every little detail, every nuance, every micro-expression is her way of speaking without speaking, her way of saying, "I care, but I'm afraid to let you know how much." If you miss these signs, you miss the depth of her heart. If you catch them, you unlock a level of connection most men only dream of. Finally, the most revealing sign of all, the one that almost every man misses, is how she behaves when she thinks you're not paying attention. This is where her true feelings slip through the cracks. Hidden emotions don't disappear, they leak, in micro-expressions, subtle touches and behaviors she assumes you won't notice. She might linger just a little longer when you're nearby, adjust her appearance when she knows you're looking, or offer small acts of care without drawing attention. It's almost instinctive, she can't help herself. Her heart is signaling what her words won't. Every tiny gesture is an admission she isn't ready to voice out loud. You'll notice changes in her energy around you. She becomes more animated, more attentive, more present when it matters most. And yet, just as quickly, she pulls back the moment vulnerability risks exposure. That push and pull, the dance of closeness and distance, is her way of balancing desire and self-protection. Pay attention to her reactions in group settings too. When she hides feelings, she may act more reserved around others, but her eyes find you constantly. Her laughter may come slower, softer, or timed in ways that seem deliberate. She's managing impressions while her emotions run beneath the surface, unspoken but intense. And here's the truth men rarely recognize. She isn't hiding her feelings because she doubts you. She's hiding them because she's terrified of being misunderstood, rejected, or losing control of her own heart. Every pause, every hesitation, every carefully measured smile is proof of this internal struggle, a silent confession she hopes you'll read without her saying a word. When a man begins to truly see these signs, everything shifts. You stop overthinking her words. You start noticing her subtle cues. You recognize that her distance is protection, her hesitation is care, and her silence is an unspoken devotion. The puzzle pieces begin to align. The women who hide their feelings the most often feel the most. Their emotions are intense, raw, and deeply buried beneath caution. And the ones who can patiently decode these signals, who observe without pressuring, who respond with understanding instead of frustration, they are the ones who earn access to a heart that most men will never see. Remember this: if a woman is hiding her feelings, she's already emotionally invested. She's already thinking of you in ways she won't admit, acting in ways she hopes you notice, and protecting herself in ways she believes are necessary. Recognize it, honor it, and your understanding will set you apart, because few men ever truly see what's hidden beneath her careful exterior.